We're obviously excited to get back out here tomorrow against Creighton. Obviously, road wins are hard to come by here in this league. Every game's going to present different challenges in our league, and I told our guys, listen, as much as you want the season to just be linear, go in a straight line, just continue to get better, there's going to be peaks and valleys, and you got to embrace those valleys when they do happen, and you got to work your way out of them, and that's what we're doing. I thought we've had a couple really good practices again here leading up to Creighton. I love what I've seen. I love the energy that our guys have, and that's the way you find your ways out of those valleys. So, Creighton, we obviously played them a couple weeks ago. I thought the one thing that we took away early on in the game was Ryan Kalkbrenner. How good he is on the defensive end. There's a reason why their 2-point field goal percentage defense is so good. It's because he's the human eraser. He erases a lot of shots around that rim. He alters a lot of shots around the rim. So we got to do different things to get him out of there or to use his shot blocking against him. And I thought we did a better job in the second half of that game. I thought we made an adjustment that I thought really, really helped us. Defensively, offensively, Creighton's going to play really, really fast. They're going to push the pace, and I thought they got us early on in transition here at Centos as well. They're going to push it after a made shot, missed shot, turnover, and then they're going to set a ton of ball screens. Listen, Nimhard is a special point guard. He's a freshman. He's tremendous. He's a really, really good scorer, and he can really pass out of it, and they throw that ball up 30 feet in the air to Ryan Kalkbrenner on those rolls, and he just dunks the ball. So they do a great job of spacing the floor. But we're excited to get back out here, and this game's more about us. I just want to see us execute on both ends, play hard. If we do those things, we will live with the result.
Travis, we've talked about that second war in the first half, and sort of that might be an area where that first half is getting away from you a little bit. Have you identified anything else that you can point to that might explain the slow starts, or something that you can do to sort of overcome that and get off to a better start?
Yeah, Adam, because it has. I thought the second war has been a trend for us over really Big East play here. I thought even last game, I thought we got off to a slower start because of turnovers and some bad shots at the rim. I thought that allowed Providence to get out to an early lead. They had a couple run-out layups, and you just can't allow that to happen, right? I think, again, especially going away from our bench, we have to run better offense. I think that's where it starts so that we can get our defense set. Because sometimes, again, like our defense has been pretty good overall in the half court, but if you take a tough shot or you turn the ball over, a live ball turnover, you can't. It makes it really, really difficult to get your defense set. And so I thought that's where we struggled against Providence. Obviously we changed starting lineups last game. I thought Jack did a really, really nice job, really nice job. And I would say that I think I don't think it has anything necessarily to do maybe with the lineups per se or the substitution pattern. We got to run better offense during that time, like I said, in order to set our defense right.
You mentioned the starting lineup. Was that change more specific to Providence, like a matchup-specific decision, or is that something that we might see you go with more frequently?
Yeah, I thought number one, it was really good matchup for Providence. Nate Watson to load. I mean, I think he finished with 0 points. If you would have told me he had 0 points and we out-rebounded them and we only had 8 turnovers, I would tell you that 98% odds we were going to win that game. And I thought Jack did a great job on Nate Watson, a tremendous job. And he wasn't the only guy, but I thought he really set the tone. But I do think, obviously Jack's played really well this year. He's had a tremendous season for us. And I like the look. If you look at all the analytical numbers, playing Zach and Jack together has been very, very good for us during Big East play. And, we want to try to do something to get off to a better start. It's nothing maybe that Jerome hasn't done. It was just say, let's try something a little bit different here, see if we get off a better start offensively. And unfortunately, we didn't. But I still think it's a good look for our team moving forward.
This is nothing really new. maybe for Nate it is. I think that he might have gone through a stretch like this a little bit last year. But what do you say to a shooter who's stuck in a slump? Like, how do you help them out of that? It seems like it's one of those things where it might not matter what you say. It's just keep firing until they go in.
Yeah, you want them to stay confident, and you stay confident through embracing the process through your work. Nate gets extra work in all the time with our coaches, with our coaching staff. So, I think if the ball moves, I think it'll really help Nate. Nate's not a one-on-one ISO player. It's not him. He's a really good player, though. He's as good of a shooter as I've ever been around. And we got to get him better shots. And I think that's incredibly important. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out the better the shot you get, right, the more likely it is to go in, so your better percentage you're going to shoot. And I think he just needs to see one or two just drop as well. So it's a mixture of a little bit of everything. So, but we got all the confidence in the world in Nate. Nate's going to have a big game here tomorrow. He practiced great over the last couple days. Looked like the Nate that we all know.
Travis, I think you've talked about this a lot, how hard it is in the Big East to string together wins and to go on the road and do all those things. It's different in the Big East to get that done. And there is some apprehension that, 2 losses in a row, hey, is this team moving in the wrong direction? And I know that's all noise outside the program. But why do you think that this team is different than the last couple teams that did sort of stumble down the stretch, if you will?
Yeah, I think we have really good player leadership, Adam. I think Paul's doing a great job leading these guys. We have a mature group. We've been the same every single day. There's not, when you ride the roller coaster of wins and losses, if you ride the roller coaster like that, you're not going to do very well. And I think our group's been really good every day in practice. They've had a positive attitude every day. And if they do that, we just work. Like I said, you got to embrace the valleys at times, right? There's gonna, and that's for everybody in the country. That's for the greatest players in the world, right? Steph Curry goes through shooting slumps. Some of the best baseball hitters go through hitting slumps as well. It happens. And listen, you got to embrace that. You got to work. You got to stay positive. Got to stick together. We will be absolutely fine moving forward.
That's all I got. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Adam.